TV. Now, today we get to celebrate that the 2023 Keath Killebrew Memorial Rodeo was awarded Best Indoor Rodeo and Best New Rodeo of the Year by the IPRA. Joining us to celebrate is founder Alyssa Kellebrew and Miss Christy, who's the new executive director of the Kellebrew Ag Foundation. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
And congratulations, Alyssa.
We are Mississippi proud.
Absolutely.
And really, this award goes to all those who supported us, all of our sponsors, our friends, and our family. We couldn't have done this without them.
So when was the inaugural rodeo? Because you were here right before it, but remind us when that was in 2023.
It was in July, and it was at the Mississippi Coliseum.
And it was a little bit different rodeo. We got the Great Dixie National that's coming up in just a couple of weeks. But you guys do things just a little bit different, familiar, but a little bit different in terms of your rodeo. So how is the Kellebrew Rodeo, Memorial Rodeo, a little bit different?
So, someone asked me, why do you think you won? And I think that we won because we didn't have a script. We didn't really know how things were done before, so we were able to think outside the box and be creative. My husband and I love to go to rodeos, and our favorite rodeo is the Angola Rodeo in Louisiana. And while we were there, I just felt like it was like Wild West. And it was action-packed, and I was on the edge of my seats at all times. And so I wanted to bring that to Mississippi, that same feel with some different things that I've seen over the years that I liked, that I thought other people would like. And one of those things is the bull poker. So this year we will have bull poker again. It's where individuals, whoever wants to from the audience, gets to come and sit down at a poker table and play poker while a bull is let out and run straight for you. And whoever's left sitting is the winner of the $500 prize.
What kind of insurance policy do you have to take out, Alyssa, to host this kind of shenanigans with normal people?
It is, you are on the edge of your seats the whole time, and it is really one of the most fun things I've ever seen. And last year, one of my dear friends, Nicole Gerard Black, she won, and she said
a lady won.
Yes.
I need to talk to this cowgirl.
And then we had a man who's 73 who won.
He felt like his life. He was just there.
He did. Yeah. He did.
Well, I can imagine the thrill. So how do you choose? I know this is coming up in July, but just interested. How do you choose those that get to sit at the poker? Is it at the poker table? Is it a draw once you come to the rodeo? Do you have to apply to make sure you're mentally sound?
Yes. You do have to apply, and you have to sign waivers. Really signing your life away, saying you understand what you're doing is life-threatening.
But do you understand what you're doing? But I totally understand that this is unique, and this is something that's going to set the Kellebrew Memorial Rodeo apart, and people are going to continue to look. I feel like that's going to be, like riding with the bulls or running with the bulls, is kind of like a destination, and I know that's a much larger sort of cultural, international thing, but it feels like this may be the only place in Mississippi you can do bull poker.
Yes, we don't know that it's never been done to our knowledge in the Coliseum, and I'm not sure that they'll allow it at other events. But
is it just one round of it, or is there multiple rounds?
There's one round on Friday night and another round on Saturday night.
So we are all excited for that in 2024.
Yes, and we have so many other fun events. So we have a guy named Manu who's coming from France, and he's going to do bull jumping. We have a bull fighter, and we've also got a Evel Knievel act where a guy is going to jump farm equipment in the Coliseum.
Do you just lay at night and think these things up, Alyssa?
I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, always have been.
But you're so soft-spoken. You would never know it.
I like to skydive. I like to rock climb, anything. And I don't have to do it more than once, but I love to do things that are action-packed. I really do.
I don't want to overlook the memorial part in this rodeo. So you mentioned that you began the love of rodeo, the Angola Rodeo, with your husband, now your late husband. So this all started as a way to honor him, but then also tie into the foundation that Christy helps run.
Love really is stronger than death, and I love him today just as much as I loved him yesterday, just as much as I loved him 20 years ago. He is the love of my life and still my soulmate, and the things that we had planned together as a couple, I get the opportunity to accomplish those and to continue to work towards them, and this foundation is just one of them. Christy and I have worked in MDOC together for many, many years, and she's retired, and so she came alongside me and said, I want to get behind this, and I want to help run this. And so Christy accepted this position, and we've just had such a good time. We've had several board meetings, and she's actually here to talk to you a little bit about her role in our Kellebrew Ag Foundation, which is all about the next generation of farmers.
Christy, did she make you play bull poker before you could take the position?
She did not, thankfully.
I don't know many would be lining up for that position, but when's the first time, obviously, you heard, or you probably, did you know Keath?
I had met him a couple times with Alyssa.
And when did she come to you or you first hear about the Kellebrew Ag Foundation?
I think it was probably March of last year. Alyssa reached out to me and told me about the rodeo and just asked if I was willing to help. And I said without hesitation, yes, I'm all in. What can we do? That sounds great. Little did I know how large this was going to become, but it has really been terrific. And the mission and the purpose for the foundation is just something that I think all of us as Mississippians can get behind.
What is the mission of the foundation?
We are here to nurture and promote the next generation of farmers. In our state, farmers are averaging about 62 to 67 years of age, and unless you have come from a farm family or you marry into that or have an opportunity for a significant amount of wealth in order to purchase your own equipment, it's very difficult to get into farming. And so people are aging out of that profession, and it is our goal to bring in some new individuals who want to farm here in Mississippi.
Alyssa, when did you start to realize that there was a gap it's a big gap between those who are fixing to retire versus those who are taking over the farms?
I realized that when I was a young, new wife, honestly. I would go to events with Keath, and everyone there would be much older than us, which I don't have a problem with. I grew up at the knees of my grandmother, but I realized that we need to fill the gap. And Keath and I were on a mission to go to Paraguay to learn how to do that. And I realized that I can't go to Paraguay now with my children. So we're just going to start here in Mississippi and do exactly what we were going to go over there and do.
And so what does that kind of look like? I know we hear, sort of, but it's more than just encouraging. You guys are going to help give the tools, sort of set the stage, really almost like an apprenticeship.
That's correct.
More of a overwork, yeah.
So this is more than just education. This is a land-based learning experience. So I'm a doctor, I'm a clinical psychologist, and I had to go and do an internship where I had to go, to another state and work in a hospital for 2 years. This is sort of like that. This is that residency for a farmer where they get to go and learn on the farm under the apprenticeship of a farmer who's done it for many, many years. And so we are actually looking for our first farmer so that we can get started this year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask, Christy. Is there one farm place that it's going to come and be the school, or is it more of building those partnerships with our farm families across the state and the different farming industries that may act as mentors or residents, mentees, should I say, for these individuals?
Well, actually, it's multifaceted. The immediate goal is to start with 2 apprenticeships this spring. We have 2 farmers who have agreed to take on young people, or it could be middle-aged individuals if they are interested in learning to farm. Our ultimate goal is to set up a farm academy in Holmes County, and a group of 6 of the board members went to tour this same type facility in Arkansas. And we got a lot of great ideas and came home and are now putting those into place for the apprenticeship program. And the third facet is a scholarship program, which we just launched yesterday on our website, so kellebrewfoundation.org, if we have interested individuals who would like to apply for those scholarships.
And we're going to tell them how to do that and more coming up next. We are continuing our conversation with founder of the Keath Killebrew Memorial Rodeo, Miss Alyssa Kellebrew, which I think the name may have changed. And we've got the new executive director for the Kellebrew Ag Foundation, Miss Christy, with us, sharing all the good things to come in 2024. And so let's start with the name change, so that way we don't say it wrong anymore.
Absolutely.
So what's the new name for the rodeo?
So the name of the rodeo is the Kellebrew International Pro Rodeo. Oh. And we decided to change it because, you know, the first rodeo was about honoring Keath, and it was about the past. And this rodeo and going forward is all about the future.
Which is so say it again.
It's the Kellebrew International Pro Rodeo.
So, because that means that even though there's a lot of the wild entertainment, like the bull poker, which if you didn't hear about that, it's nuts. But you also have the competition part of it, and you are part of, I guess, a bigger system where athletes come. Sanctioned event where athletes can come and sort of test their skills in the roping, the riding, and things of that nature.
Correct.
Let's go back quick to the awards that you guys were awarded: the 2023 Best Indoor Rodeo and Best New Rodeo by IPRA. What is that? Who is IPRA?
So IPRA is the International Pro Rodeo Association, and they're all over America, but they're also all over Canada and all the other countries. And so riders will come in from all over the world for this event.
Which is exciting. Okay, and this event is gearing straight towards the foundation, so it all plays in together. So all the proceeds from the rodeo, you go and have a good time. You're helping to support the future of the Kellebrew Ag Foundation.
Yes, we are actually now a 501c3, so all of our sponsorships and everything that we get goes through our foundation now.
So, Christy, you were sharing before the break here on Good Things about applications. You guys are excited that you're going to have your first 2 farm apprentice. You may have another word for it. I like the word apprentice, though, coming up in this spring. So if somebody listening was interested, how does that sort of application look like, or what does it look like, or how do they get to it?
Okay. The application for the sponsorships, for scholarships is on our website now. So that would be a high school or college student who's interested in learning how to farm. And that's a monetary scholarship for them to receive certification, training, course hours, whatever it looks like for them. And that's available, on our website at kellebrew.foundation.org. The apprenticeship program, we have not rolled it out completely. We have 2 farmers who are willing to take a person this spring, and we will then, after we get the apprenticeship program started and kind of see how it's working and what it looks like, we'll then put that information on our website as well.
So the scholarships, they go to would help with a traditional university if you went to Mississippi State or somewhere else that had an ag track. Okay.
Correct.
All right.
Yes. Traditional and non-traditional.
So whatever sort of your area.
A 2-year college. And we're taking high school students and college students who are already in college. We want to support them as well.
This is really good. This is good stuff because it's important, as you mentioned, Alyssa, that we do sort of encourage and raise up that next generation of farmers. So, Christy, farmers is a big umbrella term. I mean, you can go anything from a crawfish farmer to a rice farmer to a broccoli farmer, everything in between. Is there a certain area of farming you guys are sort of narrowing in on, or is it more of what the person's interested, you guys will try to connect them with?
Well, initially we talked about, specifically row crops, and that's what our focus will be on initially because that's what the farmers farm that are going to support these 2 apprentices. But moving forward, we want to look at whatever type of agriculture that individual is involved in and then form partnerships with farmers across the state to do anything from rice farming to catfish to just whatever their particular niche might be.
Farmers and ranchers. So we're also open to ranchers, those who are cattlemen.
cattlemen
and cattle
goats,
women
and all the things sort of
That's right.
sort of in between. When you start thinking about it, it's so quickly to throw around the term farmer, but really, I mean, it's just such a large umbrella. And I'm excited to see there's sort of this groundswell of encouraging kids or students, should I call them, to sort of go in that, because I think, like so many other trades, they've kind of been it's been discouraged over the years. But we need to, well, if they're all aging out, somebody's going to have to do it. But to Alyssa, talk to how it's not just putting the seeds in the ground and watching it grow. There's so much technology now that's involved.
Absolutely.
There's so much advancement in it. It's not your grandpa's farming anymore.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with grandpa's farming. But.
Yeah, we're going to teach them through the eyes of an entomologist. We're going to have businessmen. We're going to have the actual farmers teaching these courses. We want these young men and women to be able to go and have their own farm one day. That's the real goal here. It's very difficult to get into farming, and so we want to give them an opportunity to do what they've always wanted to do, and that's farming.
So we've got a lot of farmers who listen to Good Things. I don't know if it's the time of year that they're listening from their combine, but we do get that, and from their tractors and such. So, Christy, are you looking or still looking for people to partner with or ways for folks to help if they're interested in better understanding Kellebrew Ag Foundation and how they can fit into it?
We're interested in bringing awareness to people across our state regarding the foundation and the work that we do. And the way to support the foundation is through the rodeo. That's our one large fundraiser each year. So we are encouraging attendance at the rodeo in June.
And you were talking too about potential sponsorships. What would that look like for those that might be interested?
Well, we have a group of sponsorship packets that go from, large amounts of money to some that are not so large. And so individuals, businesses, people, farmers, just anyone that wants to help support us, we have that information available through our website. And there's an email address on there to get more information regarding the sponsorships. Again, going back to the website.
Are you overwhelmed, Alyssa, about how successful your first year of the rodeo was?
I am not overwhelmed. I'm just so proud. I went in I went to the event, and I couldn't believe it. It was 700 cowboys sitting around the room, and, many had been there for 30, 40 years. And so I walk in with my boots, that I had just bought, and I had no idea what to expect. But we won the International Rodeo of the Year. We were the first two people to go up, and I met a lady who had been doing this for 39 years, and she said that she had gotten top 5 about 10 times but never gotten first. So I just feel so proud. We were voted by the contestants, so that makes me even prouder that they love the rodeo and they got behind the rodeo.
And with them, that means they'll come back.
That's right.
And if they come back, the rodeo can sort of continue. But we've also got to sort of support it as well. We're a little ways, no, we're really not that far away from June 2024. Are we? We're in 2024, aren't we, Alyssa?
We are.
Oh, Lord, it's already going by so fast. Okay, it is moving up a month this year. It was in July last year, so it'll be in June this year. Do we have the dates that we can go ahead and put in our calendar?
June 6th, 7th, and 8th.
June 6th, 7th, and 8th. For the now, it is the Kellebrew International Pro Rodeo, and I know we're going to be hearing a lot about that as it continues, as well as the good stuff coming from the Kellebrew Ag Foundation. Ladies, this is just so cool. Miss Christy, would you rather do the bull poker now then, because you have taken a bull definitely by the horns with this Ag Foundation?
Well, I will just keep with the bull and by the horns and not try the poker. I'm not a very good card player, so.
Well, if somebody is crazy enough to want to apply for that, Alyssa, how soon in advance do they put in their application for the bull poker?
They could go ahead and email us now. We'd love to take their application.
What's on that application?
I want to be a bull poker player, and then we'll sit down and talk with them and show them our
those that didn't
documents.
Survive.
That's right.
Those that could survive. If you're just tuning in, it's what it sounds like. There's a poker table, there's you, and there's a bull, and the last one sitting is
The winner.
It's the winner. So God bless those that get up and just run like the Dickens to the is it like to the railings
To the rails.
to the rails
Yes.
or whatever it may
Or
be.
to the clown, because the clown usually can save them.
That would absolutely be me. I would run towards somebody and put them in front of me and the bull and all the things. I think I would have a legit panic attack and never make it past the gate there to get to the actual table. So I can see where it's definitely something we're going to look forward to. You're welcome back closer to time to remind us of the good event coming. Christy, always open the door too, and to let us know about the foundation. You ladies are doing great work, so I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.